Hello, hello. Hopefully you can hear me. Just doing a little bit of a clearing. Try and play with this camera, so bear with me for a second. Okay, that's much better. And a lot of things happening, which is awesome. Awesome. Again, getting into it, it's a thing. Hi, everybody. How? How's everybody doing? Super excited to share this channeled energy reading with you. And I have a surprise for you. So I'm setting the intention to create this sacred space. And you can see the recording later at Find Your Tribe, Root Source, Tribe with us, using Palo Santo to bring you into the space. Setting the intention to share with you whatever comes through from the spirit. And I love my flag, so I'll share with you. Hi, Nancy. I'll share with you my flag, my moon flag. Yes, full moon, love it. And like I said, setting the intention for today, clearing the space with Palo Santo. Love the smell. And I have a little surprise for you. I traveled this weekend to Franklin, North Carolina for the gem show, and I was called to get something pretty fun. And I think this is a good start, and I'll share with you in a second. It's a good start to kind of get into, tune in to hear the message, clear your space, share my healing energy with you. So it's called to get crystal balls. Yes. So I have little here, have a couple of them. So I have the sacral chakra. I was called to get the sacral chakra. I love the tone, and I was called to get the heart chakra, and I have a crown chakra too. So what I will do for at least a couple minutes, we'll see how it goes through, to really share with you and tune you into the message and tune you into celebrating this amazing energetic time of full moon Aquarius coming up tomorrow. I'm an Aquarius, so for me it's like a birthday every time it happens. Um, just amazing time of Lionsgate that started July 26th till 8/8 to the culmination. And this just amazing time of the summer where it's all about basking joy, rebirth, and just celebration. So I'll take a couple minutes as I clear my space and start with this special gift that I have for you. You can hear for the replay. I just kind of started to get a hang of it last night, but it's been amazing in my house. So I'll go ahead and set intention, sending healing Reiki to everybody who is present, to everybody out there who needs Reiki, as a lot of people are going through their own struggles, and sharing the sound of crystal singing balls. And we'll go and start. So, love. To open your higher self, we're using crown chakra, singing bowl, high pitch, high frequency, opening out to the consciousness, connecting with what resonates with you, with your higher self. As we're moving in our emotions and our creative expression of who we are, the core of our divine feminine, as we're opening our heart space to really listen with our heart and relax our mind. And as we attune in the sound of our own vibration and our energy, we're ready to hear what is there to come. And the sun is going down, so there'll be a little bit of a sun here. So I'll try to bring the camera a little bit down this way so you actually can see me. Wow, that's great. Getting into this. So we'll start. I'll use my oracle cards. There's several oracle cards I'll use. I'm starting with the Lemurian, Beyond Lemuria, Lemuria oracle cards. So during this weekend, being in the mountains, for personally, I had a lot of struggle time with really understanding and feeling, letting go of what no longer serves me and the old version of myself. And I was presented with the choice of really acknowledging that my old self no longer exists and the new path is opening. So that was my personal story this past weekend, up to this energy, full moon energy. So today we'll see collectively what spirit brings towards. As I was traveling in the dream world through a lot of crystal worlds, and I think that's why I was called to get the crystals. I was gifted several crystals by my master teachers in my dreams, and it's been quite amazing to see that manifesting in the real life. So everything has a reason itself. So going back to the oracle reading, I hope you enjoyed that attunement of sacral chakra that is below your belly button. This is 432 hertz crystal high frequency balls. So we tuned in and cleared the sacral chakra. We open up the heart chakra, the space, and we moved into crown chakra, really opening up as we get the downloads for ourselves and hear the messages clearly and clearing your space. So moving into the reading, as with transitions, let's see what comes through and what I can say. I like, when I do my cards, I like jumpers, and whatever comes through, and they hit the ball, so that's fine. We'll just go with that. And today I'll pick two, so it'll be two cards from decks, and as I spread them out here, I'll share with you the messages. So I use the Lemurian oracle cards, now moving in the monology. See where that takes us. And we have immediately two, so I'll use that. Okay, moving along. So I'm mindful of everybody's time. And we're moving into the angelic messages. Another oracle card. It was awesome to hear the crystal balls. Just, yeah. You can see me, I'm just happy. Gonna jolt me. Wow, a lot of jumpers, so we'll not do that. Pick up two. Go back to the next one. And use the activate gateway to light language, and I'll use that one. Love the light language, my favorite deck of Calgary. Have several of his, but this is the one that I was called to use recently, and I'll move that. I love that That's better. I'll try to keep it to the side and see what comes through. Too many, put it back, do it again. I love it too. Yeah. Okay. Get it back again. See what else. When there's too many, trying not to take that. So always asking today for 2 cards only to clear the message. Okay. And last but not least, we're doing the Crystal Mandala Oracle by Alana Fairchild. That's my favorite one. I love this Oracle card because it has so much healing into it, and it has prayers, and it's yeah. Okay. Of course, I got some goodies this past weekend. I got some crystals. Did not unpack them yet. I should do it tonight, so that'll be awesome. So what we have here, we'll set the intention for this amazing full moon in Aquarius. Also with one and only from a Lemurian Oracle card, we have Beyond the Mind. And I guess I'll move this one so you can actually see it. Beyond the Mind. I love it. As I was going through the chakras, I was explaining how we opening up our crown chakra. We're moving through beyond the mind, so we're letting go of those old stories and not letting the mind control us. As she's peacefully closing her eyes, looking down inwards, she gets her heart chakra opens up more, and she's focusing towards that. And talk about number 2, 20. 20 is all about balance. 2 is all about balance. So it's amazing because not only that, she's tuning in as she's opening up her heart. And as she's doing that, talking about 2 balance, I think and feel the specific full moon in Aquarius is all about balance, and it's balancing the masculine and the feminine. And as I was called to bring get into my personal healing space, the sacral chakra ball, and that's the one that really called me um, in the tone. I realized that it's all about that balance between fire, because when Leo season, and air, and that balance only can be done through feminine energy, that water that can cleanse it. So that duality and that huge uh, game and play between fire and air is amazing. As we are harmonic flight, as we decide to really tune in our both sides, and as if we're more masculine, we are opening up and are more ready to step in our feminine energy. And if we're very feminine to creative expression space, we tend to open up to our masculine energy, which is all about fire. It's all about action. It's all about Mars energy. So that's what you call to do. So if you've been stuck so much in favoring a specific side of you, divine feminine or divine masculine, you're called to bring in the other energy and learn how to balance and recognize when you're in extremes to really create that balance with you. So harmonizing the flight, because the only way you elevate and bring your energy and your tuning beyond the mind with the universe is when you're aligning and you are in that balance, and recognizing when those patterns arise. Take time for reality check from the monology, and this is actually this is full moon in Capricorn, but take time for your reality check. So as you go beyond the mind, you no longer see the illusion, so you do get that reality check. And that reality check is accepting what it is, as you honoring your feelings, even if you hurt, even something that really doesn't work with you, and possibly you're still wounded in your divine feminine and feel disempowered, feel that you're not supported, you realize that you have the power to take that chance. And as you recognize your feelings of disempowerment, you choose to empower yourself. So you are finally recognizing this new elevation and the new full moon in Aquarius, that even if your divine feminine is wounded, you recognize that you have on your reach, towards your reach, within your reach, your divine masculine to actually help you balance, and you create and shift that by recognizing what feelings that are no longer part of your reality and how you can shift that. Honor your feelings, but you're recognizing them and honoring that you're accepting where you're at, but in the same time, you're taking action towards it by shifting those feelings to help you to move forward to whatever direction you choose to go down. Because in this divine matrix, and I love this, it's all about synchronicities and God incidents. In this matrix, when you are stepping in that balance of two, when you realize that your divine feminine is all expressing and creating, you're accepting your feelings, and you choose in every moment when you got it through your synchronicities, through your daily life, to move forward, and you choose to take on the masculine energy, you realize that you are guided by the divine matrix. And not only this, when you're in balance, the joy and everything arise. You feel empowered. And being empowered is when you activate and look beyond the illusions, you activate the third eye. So this time, as always, remember Aquarius, full moon in Aquarius is all about inner eye. So your third eye opening up, seeing beyond the illusion, because Aquarius in general are very visionary people. They're astral travel dreamers. And what is this is seeing beyond the future. So when you're accepting your reality, when you honor your feelings, you are opening to that third eye upgrade, third eye activation, whichever stage you are in your spiritual path. Most of us, we do have the third eye activated, but what we choose sometimes, we choose to clog it because we choose not to see the reality. We choose to live in a specific illusion because we are trauma bond, because we're not recognizing our feelings, or because we love to live in the same feelings and perpetuating the same patterns, the same cycles that we did not learn from it. If we're wounded in our divine feminine, if we're wounded in our divine masculine, we just choose to do that. So that's when we don't see clearly, that we're just distracted, but all the traumas and all the people that project towards that, or all the cycles that we keep relearning. So as you choose this full moon and this amazing energy, where in the Leo season, the fire, the Mars, the masculine energy of grounded action, and you have the Aquarius, which is also very masculine, but in the same time, it has a lot of expression. It's all about expression. It's all about the true self. You are open up and realizing that you no longer have a choice of not seeing, of ignoring, of just closing your eyes and just moving forward in a different direction. You are put in front of a mirror to choose to really clearly see what is going on with your reality. What is your path that's been nagging you for a long time to move forward, the redirection, the travel. So you're no longer distracting yourself, pulling yourself in all those patterns. You are put in the position to choose the next step. And as you open and see that, and you see it through your synchronicities, you see it through the messages that from the people that are around you, surround you, your family, your friends, you listen to a song, you read a book, something comes to you that keeps telling you is the same message that you ignored. So this is the time that you will need to take that action. And that's where that divine masculine, the Mars energy, that Leo comes into it, that fire, that passion that ignites. So you become again empowered as you're not longer disempowering yourself. You're expressing yourself as you're combining your creativity of your divine feminine with the grounded action of the divine masculine. As we're moving forward, we realize as we align the two, we get into this balance mode, and we have the malachite, the grand gesture. And I love malachite because malachite is green, it's emerald. Malachite is a crystal, but it's all about abundance. It brings us abundance in all areas of our life. And not only that, it's also Archangel Raphael and this crystal mandala. So Archangel Raphael is the healer. He's the wounded healer. He's the healer not only of the humans, but all creatures. And it's all about healing that heart space. So when we talk about the divine feminine, when we talk about divine masculine, everything happens at the heart level. So you finally need to honor your feelings of whatever that is: grief, loss, betrayal, deceit. Honor those feelings. As you honor those feelings and sit with them, you take finally that reality check. When you take that reality check, you are choosing the harmonic flight of that balance between divine masculine and feminine. You are moving beyond the mind as you are going inwards into your heart and letting those messages that's been there with you finally coming clearly. As you not only hearing the messages, you see it clearly. So at this point, you are empowered and you are in the process of healing that and realizing what your patterns are. And when you do all that, you realize that you're in that balance. And balance is something that you can achieve. And as you do, you become that amazing rhodonite, which I love. And this is empowered service, ascended master. And rhodonite is all about heart. So it's that healing of the heart. Beautiful depiction of the crystal. And empowered service has a message here, and I'm called to read the specific affirmation that this card has. And that affirmation is of the empowered service that we are called to do at this time. I accept the full empowerment of my service to divine love this lifetime. I am divinely empowered to serve in my own unique, beautiful way. So as you're accepting that, you not only empower yourself, you balance your divine masculine and feminine who are coming together in their own union with the expressing, letting that emotion flow, self-expression, creativity, and also that grounded action of that focus, that masculine power. And not only that, you are leading with love. And that love and that healing of your heart brings more abundance. And as you realize that you're healing that space that we talked about, sacral chakra, that I will use that tone again using my crystal ball. You are opening towards that angel of creativity, which is number 23. 23 is about 5 is all about transformation, and that angel of creativity is what activates. So when you play the game, when you really are doing the play of divine feminine masculine, when you're in your power, you're opening up beyond your mind, you're connecting with your higher self, you finally clearly see when your divine feminine steps in, when you're more self-expressing, when you're more nurturing, when you do all those feminine empowering things that you do in your life. But as you realize that, you also know suddenly, and you understand so clearly, so deeply, that you can move through your divine feminine into your divine masculine, and it's a flow between them. It is that infinity sign, because that's what it does. It moves from feminine to masculine, and as you empower both powers, that's why, and that's when you become in that power. That's when you really clearly take flight towards your own destiny, whatever that is. But that comes with patience, that comes with discernment, to recognize when you are way too much into your divine feminine and stuck in your creativity and your nurturing, and when you're actually not taking action because you are too afraid to express yourself, because you're not using your masculine power. So at those points, you gotta accept your feelings, you gotta take some moment, and you need to feel and stop being impatient and realize that you gotta have patience, because everything happens in divine timing. And as it happens in the divine timing, as it happens in divine timing, and the sacred space, when the synchronicity and divine matrix aligns, it gives us an amazing feeling that we are in alignment. And not only that, that's when our intuition, it's at its peak. And this is the sacred space card, oracle cards, and this is when our intuition directly talks to us. So at this point, the universe, the full moon, the energy that is flowing currently, it is putting you in this position to not stay dormant anymore. It makes you and it challenges you to start using your intuition. As you're using more of your intuition, you go beyond your mind. So when you go beyond your mind, your intuition becomes empowered. It speaks to you clearly, it gives you vision, it guides you through your synchronicities, it brings your true path of your soul growth, where you actually gotta go and what you need to learn. And as you do that, it communicates with you. I've been in a lot of butterflies for the last couple of weeks, so it communicates with you. And this is the communication card. And when it communicates with you, something miraculous happens. You do feel grounded. You do understand who you are. You're in your true power, so you're no longer dwelling anything. You're no longer asking questions and validation from outside. You feel rooted, and that's what is important. And that's what here with Root Source Tribe, with what I do with Tracy Palmatier. I wish she was with me here today, but she had some commitments. um, we bring that together to really empower females to understand that everything starts with your root source, and the way you nurture your root source, the way you understand your patterns, the way you honor your feelings, the way you accept your illusions and have a reality check, the more empowered you're in your own service to serve yourself and serve others around you, the more you balance and take flight and understand when you're more in your divine feminine, as you're swaying in too much into that extreme, as you understanding when you're too much in your divine masculine and kind of ignore your feminine, and you are in that constant dance. Personally, I grew up in a lot of divine masculine energy. I was raised by a father. My mother passed away at a very young age. And to me, it was very easy to go towards grounded action, to make lists, to be a leader, to express myself, to do all those things. And I used to not express my feelings so much. It was a huge realization when I became a mother to realize that my divine feminine was flourishing again. And when I became a mother, I had this huge conflict because I was so much empowered in my divine masculine that I could not navigate my divine feminine, because to me, uh, it was a huge conflict. It felt that I was weaker because I was letting all those emotions go through me and overtake my body, physically, emotionally, mentally. And it's fascinating how during that time was I was so stuck in those illusions, distractions, that I'm not good of a mom, that I need to do this, or I'm doing too much of work, but I'm not here with my son. And I went through a lot of struggles to realize that I gotta accept the fact that I can be both at the same time. And that's what I call you here today. You can be in your divine feminine and express yourself as a female, be creative, use your sexual energy to empower yourself, to glow, to express yourself for who you are in your own power. But in the same time, you can be masculine and you can take that grounded action and you can use it, because they both have their own unique ways, frequencies, vibrations that combined together create you, your soul, your representation in this 3D world. It's your energetic field. You have and possess them both. Use them. Acknowledge when you're swaying to a direction or not. And this full moon in Aquarius, I wish you to clear your illusions as we upgrading more in that inner eye, the third eye, the brown eye, whatever you want to call it, and you activating your intuition more. People are afraid. The more I meet people, and I do a lot of Reiki healing, I understand that people are afraid to use their intuition. You know, we call it nudge, we call it gut feeling. Um, some people have messages in the dream, but we ignoring our intuition. Intuition is one thing, and it's amazing to use it and develop it, but you only can develop it if you're looking for the answers when you're connecting with your divine feminine and your divine masculine. If you're not developing that, you'll not discern when your intuition is talking to you and it's not your mind. So really going beyond that mind and not letting that mind stories of your trauma, of how you're taught in your family, in the society, what is your role, and really passing beyond the roles, beyond what you represent to your community, to your society, to your family, who you are at the core, what's your soul, what's your heart, what are you called to do, how you play your own dance of fire and air, how you develop your divine feminine masculine. Do you acknowledge that? And this is when you go that beyond that mind, and it's going towards your heart space, because we'll open up more of those energies. So this time I'm leaving you with a very specific message to find time in your day with whatever spiritual practice you do to understand that you can tap in both energies, in your divine feminine and your divine masculine power. They both coexist in your own realm. The more you try, the more you strive to balance the two energies, the more you recognize your soul, the more you balance, the more synchronicities, the more your divine matrix, the more God's source, your spirit guides are talking to you, the more abundance, joy, bliss happens in your life. So I wish you this full moon in Aquarius to really recognize, sit with yourself, journal if you need to, meditate, walk, take a bath, a soul bath, listen to frequencies, whatever works for you, to really start to clearly see how is your divine feminine and what role it plays in your life, and how is your divine masculine and what role it plays in your life, and see where's your balance and how that dance happens. It's an interesting message today went that direction. So yeah, and as we do, we're balancing the forces, and we all are ready to fly. And this is Lemurian, beyond Lemuria, Lemurian uh, light codes, and balanced forces number 19, which brings us to 10. 10 is completion, and as we do that on this earth, I'll read the message in this balance forces card, because it's very significant, because that's exactly what we're called to do now. And the card invites you to look, okay? Confirmation again. Love the channel messages. Look at the masculine and feminine energy from a more balanced perspective. Is the situation at hand on your masculine side spectrum, or can be more in your feminine energy, vice versa? Would you add your masculine energy to bring balance if it's too much of a feminine? What needs to happen from a more of a holistic and equal foundation? Do you normally hold a position of one extreme? How might you balance this so you can experience a more optimized state of being? To bring more masculine drive and focus to a situation. For instance, if you have some upcoming due dates and you need to get into action mode, focus on your goals, desires, and ambitions. If you want to engage more in a feminine energy for receptivity, trust, flow, and surrender, consider all the things that you're grateful for already. Feel the warmth, gratitude, and comfort of knowing everything is divinely perfect just the way it is. And that is concludes the message of this full moon in Aquarius. Amazing time. A channeled message of balanced forces. Recognize and see how you can sway from extremes and create those balanced forces, because that is your new redirection in this amazing time. It is your yin yang, it is your productive flow, is your masculine energy, and feminine energy is the balance of the duality, is the patriarchal paradigms being rebalanced, it's equality, balance, and perspective. And that's what I urge you this time to really understand, that the current paradigm, and I'm reading this last oracle card because it just kind of summarizes exactly what I've been talking. The current paradigm, and that's what I love synchronicity. That's what I love when spirit really talks and makes it clear and develops the message. And the message is so multidimensional, is so multifaceted, because it's trying to connect with you. It's trying to resonate and explain you at your level, your layers, where you at in your journey. In the current paradigm, masculine and feminine energies are in balance, as our global cultures is largely patriarchal and strongly influenced by the masculine energy. And we know, we females, we are taught, being indoctrinated in this patriarchal hierarchy, and efforts to re-energize the feminine flow have been incrementally shifting the balance over the last century, and we have seen that. It is time to calm the mind-based intellect, scientific data, linear direction, acquisition of the power. To have an optimum human experience, we must embody a balance of masculine and feminine energy. We can daydream in the receptive fluidity. We can take action on our ideas into reality. We can be soft and nurturing, and also firm and direct as we need. We can be determined, compassionate, grateful, vulnerable, visionary, and strong. Yes, there can be focus and free flow. You can have them both. You may now draw all these energies simultaneously, but when we access both equally, we can be truly powerful, centered beings. When we breach the duality within ourselves, we can see more balance in our outer world. And that concludes exactly how I started this message. And this is Beyond Lemuria, my oracle cards. And with this message, I thank you so much for being here. It's quite fascinating to share that message with you. And I'll finish with the same thing as my flag decided to go down. I'll finish the same way. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Katya. I'm Earth Star Killer. I activate your Earth Star, which is 6-12 inches below your feet. And today I'll finish up with giving that intention of finding your center, to recognize where your divine feminine and your divine masculine is, and how you can find your balance. And I'll give to you at the end, as we conclude this amazing channeled full moon and Aquarius energies message, to use my crystal balls that I just got them this weekend. Have a couple of them, so I hope you can see them. They're amazing. And we have sacral chakra. So I'll clear and balance your sacral chakra, as you'll see that a little bit. And I will also use heart, um, the heart singing bowl. So that's the heart chakra. And we'll finish up with the crown chakra and bring those tones with you to clear, to balance you, to give you that perspective, to give you that nurturing, to give you that that time to really balance your air and fire with your water element as you live on this earth. And shall we? Thank you so much. And this will conclude our time together. As I thank you, my guides, for this message. Thank you for being part of my sacred space. If you want any free oracle reading, just let me know. If you want to get some Reiki, let me know as well. And from here, we'll go. We'll start with the sacral chakra. And moving in the heart chakra. So finishing up with the crown chakra. Okay, taking a deep breath, you can close your eyes, set your intention as I heard the tones, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you again. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get your messages or you got a clarity for yourself. And I wish you happy moon in Aquarius and amazing landscape. More to come as I conclude this amazing time with energetic time with you. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye.